Welcome back to Bank West. The Warriors have a 2-0 record against the Roosters, but the Roosters poised for a first ever win against today's opponent because they lead 12-0 at the break, and they'll get the ball first here to start the second half as well. How do the Warriors mount a comeback, Blocker?
Well, I think 12-0 is hard to run down for the Warriors. The only time they look like getting in the Roosters' territory was when they're on the back of a couple of penalties. They lead the penalties 4-1. So fatigue's really going to set in if they can't score some points. So all to do for the Warriors here in the second half.
What do you think the main message from Brad Donald would have been, Tasha Gale?
I would have thought get early ball out to his centres and wings to finish off. There's a battle in the middle, but if you can get that early ball out, that they could be a chance either side.
Interesting battle between the two coaches today. Brad Donald is the Gillaroos coach. Jamie Feeney is his assistant. And Jamie Feeney actually looked at his phone during the week and saw Brad Donald's name popping up. Turned out it was a pocket call. We'll wait to talk it over and have the pleasantries after today's game. But the matchups that Jamie Feeney has gone with today, he's flipped things over. He's got Meeks and Bridie Parker over on that same side as Elliot Green and Politi. They were on a different side last week, so good planning by the coach. And that matchup between Bridie Parker and Elliot Green was a feature in that first half. Zahara Tamara was a star as well. There's no way through for Bobby Law.
Another matchup out there is who is the fastest player in the NRLW. Last week, according to Telstra Tracker, we had Elliot Green and Corbin McGregor both clocking 30.6 Ks.
See whether they can get into open pastures here in the second half, those two. Here's Tamara. A couple of repeat sets off her right boot in that first half. Oh, great take. Looking into the sun from Karina Brown, who's finished off there by Tongatuki and Bobby Law.
Well, that was a little bit better there from the Warriors, and the kick chase from Hale put a little bit of pressure there on Tamara because she dictated with her kicking game in that first half. I'm sure that would have been one of the messages too at half-time, to put some pressure on her.
Yeah, we mentioned that last half block, didn't we? We said she's got all day to take those kicks.
Leedy plays it. Peck the dummy half. Solid tackle. Guess who? Hannah Southwell on her opposite number, Georgia Hale. And that'll make the highlight reel again from Hannah.
You know it's a beauty when they adjust their hair, don't you?
The Hannah highlight reel. Nice torpedo kick from Kira Dibb, and safety first from Kaslik. Took it on the bounce. The chase was good. Quincy Dodd clapping her hands, and the lock, the arm lock going on there. The referee giving Georgia Hale the all clear. Slow play the ball. And there's another one. Meeks. A bit going on in the ruck there, and the penalty goes against the player lying in the ruck.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you've got to make an attempt to roll out of the ruck. So we saw one of the Warriors players there just laying in and around the play the ball.
I think it was Georgia Hale. She just thought, if I stay still, I'll be okay. But you're quite right, Blocky. You must make an attempt to roll out.
And they're very good at milking it too, the dummy halves.
Touchy cops a whack in the back, and starting to even up that penalty count that stands at 4-2 now. Hasn't hurt them though. The Roosters dominating on the scoreboard. There's Jocelyn Kelleher in the number 17 jumper, the recruit from Aussie Rules. Now Dodd links up with Hamilton. That time Tasman Gray a little late to get to her, and Hamilton got some go forward. Ball came out again though. Stripped out, said the referee. So do they use their captain's challenge here? Did a Warrior have a hand in there?
No captain's challenge forthcoming. Maybe there was a little bit of a strip.
Georgia Hale is the captain, of course.
Well, here's the first test of the second half now. They take the quick tap, put the pressure on. They've got to hang on here, the Warriors. Otherwise, the scoreboard might start to tick over.
And amazing Gracie takes that first hit up again. She loves it.
Numbers over on that left-hand side. Tongatuki tried to go straight through them. The late offload for Kaslik. Just thought if they went through the hands there, they had a two-player overlap. Now the Warriors have numbered up successfully, but Quincy Dodd has another go from dummy half, hoping it would be a third try already this season.
The play the ball from Castley was just too slow for Quincy to try that little dart out from dummy half.
Now McGregor. Yasmin Meeks knocked that one on. It'll be the Warriors' ball, so they stay in the contest.
Yeah, well done there from the Warriors. They didn't hang around and wait for things to happen, although the execution of the last pass here is not that good. Be able to put it right on the chest there. She had to reach for it back. So they hang on, the Warriors.
Still gettable though, Block, I think.
Clock off, ball in.
Saw Kira Dibb come up with a 20-50 last week from a similar situation as this, very late in the game. You can kick your way out of your own end, find touch inside the opposition half, and you get the ball back, but no thoughts of that on this set.
And Kira Dibb was the only one to do it in round one. Wondering whether we'll see any more this week.
40-30 is another option to get the ball back as well, from inside your 40 to inside the opposition 30. There's a couple of ways to march down the ground if you can get your kicking game right. Hale waited for Southwell and got rid of her that time. All eyes on the headgear when you take on the Roosters' defensive line.
And that's a bit better, the speed of the play the ball too here from the Warriors. They're having a crack.
Yeah, good run from Peck on debut, and here is Dibb over the top, but finds the chest of the winger Shanice Parker.
Kick is only as good as its chase, and that wasn't a bad one.
Caslick, the late footwork, well read by Hilda Peters in company with economists. Southwell, set play to go quickly to Shanice Parker, no way through.
Back across the right, set play.
Oh, that pass was a shocker. Clearly forward, and here's the little opening that the Warriors have been waiting for.
Plays up.
They've started the second half with plenty of energy, the Warriors. They haven't allowed the Roosters just to dictate to them and come to them through that middle.
Blocker, even though they're only 30-minute halves here, and we say that the Warriors need to score, we did see that they managed to score twice in 10 minutes. So it's still anyone's game.
And they finished strongly against the Broncos as well. Scored a late try, threatened to score another one as well. So they can finish strongly. And they're set up here by Politi. Now Green. Look at the determination on that run.
Both Green and Politi scored against the Broncos last week on debut.
Now the tackle was clearly over, and Cherrington just flopped on top of Elliot Green, so Peck just taps it, and they go again, the Warriors. Peck from dummy half. Dibb, little run around play set up with Tasman Gray, came back inboard to Karina Brown. And Hale, economist, sets them up in front of the uprights to go either way here. Hale wasn't expecting that pass. She was running the decoy, and Peck gave it to the captain, and the error came.
Another opportunity lost for the Warriors. Great strides here from Elliot Green. They've got to look to her.
They've looked clunky when they've had those attacking opportunities, haven't they, the Warriors? Right throughout the game, they need someone to really take control in there.
I thought they had it because they had the forward coming up right centre post, give them options, but they bobbled it.
I think the only way they're going to score too is Politi breaking a tackle and then offloading to Green on the outside. That'll be the big thing that they're looking for. They haven't been able to do it so far in this game.
Up the middle go the Roosters. Elliot Green, will she get her shot? And a bit of open space here at Bank West. Southwell gets a bit of a taste of her own medicine there as Georgia Hale gets one back on Hannah. Tamara, big cutout ball. Bridie Parker gets away from that touchline again and runs into Politi. Tamara, a little deflection on that kick. Floating around, good take in the end. And getting away from that touchline once more.
And they are coming up on Tamara for that kick.
Look at the tackle from Grace Hamilton, taking Maddie Bartlett back 12 metres.
She's enjoyed that.
Now Brown has been one of the Warriors' best today. Up over 60 metres run now, Karina Brown. Needs some go forward from the front rowers. Tamarua tries to provide it there, and Peck is rolling out of dummy half. Brown looked for a support runner. They weren't quite there in time.
For a slight build, Brown does well to take on the contact and still look for the offload.
Well, that's been the big thing, Brett, hasn't it? Really, Hale, the lock forward and captain for the Warriors, has made the most metres out of any of the forwards.
Kaslik copped the knees in the back there from Kira Dibb, who was chasing her own kick. How does Kaslik recover here? That would have knocked the wind out of it.
Kira didn't look too sorry about it either.
Ogatuki has been treated in back play. She's right to continue, but will Kaslik be able to go on? That's broken ribs territory, or even kidney damage, the way that Dibb went in there. Now the dummy is thrown, and Kelleher was nearly through, wrapped up by Politi. So watch this space for Charlotte Kaslik, the superstar recruit out of Rugby Sevens. Will she be able to go on here?
She's a strong athlete. I'm picking up. She'll get back into this game.
On the last, Tamara, pressure on the kick, steps around a couple. Zahara, Tamara into open space. Where's the support? She may not need anyone. The individual try of the season so far from Zahara, Tamara.
Zahara Tamara having an absolute brilliant game here today. We've seen how sweet she is off the boot with those amazing conversions, and now she'll get the opportunity to convert one of her own. This is a solo try. Steps left, right, fends, dummies the pass, catches Karina Brown, turns her inside out, and Zahara goes, yeah, I think I can kick it from about here.
Gee, that was fatigue, under fatigue the Warriors that time with their defence. As you said, she mixes the game up so well, Tamara. She's opted to kick mostly. She's just looked up and saw opportunities on the outside. Beautiful fend there from the left hand. Throws the dummy. You have a look at the fullback there for the Warriors. Karina Brown was just caught off balance, just steps back inside of her and does it all on her own. What a wonderful try.
Yep, she's thoroughly enjoying herself out there. She doesn't let out too many smiles, but I'm sure if the camera stays on her, we might get a glimpse of one of her wonderful smiles. She doesn't let them go too easily, but today she's got every right to smile.
This celebration is the most animated you'll see Zahara Tamara. This one lets out the big roar. How about that one? First try in the NRLW. She's been around since day dot. It's her 9th game. She's waited a long time to take the line on like that and show us what she can do. What an opening try in NRLW for the she's a 2-code star as well.
She is, and her opening try in the NRLW after her 3rd year with us, she's orchestrated it all by herself.
They call her Z. Z for Zahara. And Z for Zorro, the way she cut them to ribbons there. That was amazing.
Actually, she's got a little sister in the Broncos extended squad.
Because Tasman Gray came up to put pressure on the kick, and she said, righto, you don't want me to get a kick away? I'll show you what I can do with ball in hand. That is brilliant. And she converts again.
Got some speed in open field too. Once she got herself in the clear, there's no way that anyone was going to catch her there. Wonderful skills shown. Step, fend, speed.
Make sure we stay on.
Exactly, read it well.
Queensland representative in rugby league and rugby union, Zahara Tamara. She was off her game last week in Canberra. They were up early, of course, getting on the bus very early for that game. She had a few handling errors, but she has been on today.
Whatever Jamie Feeney has managed to put in the water there at the Roosters, they've turned their competition around.
Lovely. ball handling here up the middle. A little bobble spotted there, though. And Kaslik, she's making a recovery here, is she? Being taken off for the time being. As Bo Vetty-Welsh just gives her a little smile on the way past. Maybe some treatment in the dressing room before the fullback can get back out there.
She doesn't look to be in a great deal of pain there.
Here comes the captain's challenge.
Roosters challenging the
on the Roosters, claiming there was no bobble and no knock on here. Questioning the eyes of Drew Altram, the referee. Pass came from Dodd. Does she regather it in time, or does she play it off Tasman Gray there? Togatuki.
I don't think they'll win this one, the Roosters. A little bobble there, knock on.
She got the left arm back around it though, Tasha?
I think she may have, Blocker.
I like it when Blocker and Tasha Gale go head to head.
Block, I don't want to have you right on me this time, but that left arm looks to be there, but well, it just depends on the angle, doesn't it? Look at me hedging my bets.
I think she's secured the football before the contact comes with Gray.
The Roosters player maintains possession of the ball. Challenged by the Roosters is successful.
What did I say, Speedy? Always back me up when I go head-to-head with Blocker.
I think I might get up and do a moonwalk.
And you can trust a forward in NRLW with captain's challenges, as we saw. And that's the end of Togatuki today, though. So Cherrington will play it.
Time on hold. Play it. Go.
Now it's taking its toll. They might secure a grand final appearance the way this is going today. Still another round of NRLW next week, but if the Roosters and Broncos both win today, they'll be in the grand final in a fortnight's time.
If, Speedy, if.
It's a big if today, isn't it? The Dragons, of course, were many people's favourites, and that's coming up later. St George Illawarra against Brisbane.
Daniel Lacey, coach of St George Illawarra, he'll pull a dragon out of his hat.
Matty Bartlett, who was taken back by Gracie Hamilton on her previous attempt to hit things up. And look at the defence, out of marker, outstanding from Simona Tautha, a former Dalian medalist. Ellia Green gives us a bit of Campo's goose step there, and it proved tough to handle. The Green machine trying to spark the Warriors into action. Canyon Paul back out there now, starting dummy half.
Ellia Green mentioned that she was more nervous making her NLRW debut last week than she was playing in the Olympics.
And that high tackle was spotted. Economist was feeling for her jaw. And chance with 15 minutes to go. Need to be perfect from here, don't they, the Warriors? But it's a good starting point potentially.
Well, the good thing about Green, too, as we see the replay, just a lazy arm over the top, not a clenched fist, as we'd see in the boys' game, or the men's game. So they give themselves a chance here. They've got to get on the scoreboard, but
good signs for Bo Vetty-Welsh, the fact that she's playing ball girl in this game right now with the biosecurity measures. She's helping out where she can, so maybe she can get back for a grand final potentially if the Roosters do get there in a fortnight's time.
He's hoping, because she's a great little player, Bo.
So Peck and Canyon Paul both out there now. So Paul moving into a first receiver role at times, rotating with Peck. Fires it back centre field here for Economist, who's finished off over the top by Hanisi. Now Hale, quickly on to Dibb. Shift to that right-hand side. Touched by a Rooster. The tackle count will restart. Jocelyn Kelleher with a little hand in there.
Don't want to put the knocker on him, but now's the time, Warriors.
And now you've got to set up that shift to the left blocker where the strike is. See whether they can execute that. Dibb. Hale, she wants to go left. Canyon Paul, intercept. Well read, Bridie Parker. She knew what was coming as well, and has had a terrific game on the wing.
yeah, she's been so steady on the wing, hasn't she? Really, defensively, too, against Green. Pelletier, they've been so good and strong. This is where they've won the game. Straight down the middle. And so powerful. He's given their outside backs a fair bit of room here.
Has this forward pack surprised you, Tasha Gale? The likes of, well, Tauf, as her reputation precedes it, but Hanisi and Cherrington exceeding expectations?
Cherrington, amazing last week. Hanisi going great guns. Poliaki always has been solid, but yeah, they've really got this forward pack going forward. And there we see the contact on Kaslik.
That's why she needed treatment. What do you make of that contact there, Block?
It'd be very, very painful. I'm surprised that he didn't hit her in the cheek.
Maybe she's gone off for an HIA.
Have you copped knees in the back like that before, though? You can do some rib damage, can't you?
Yeah, you can do any sort of damage.
My brother,
unprotected.
Scotty Gale tackled me just upstairs on the way to the loo, and he broke my rib.
Did he really?
Do you claim it?
Yes.
Here's Politi out of dummy half. Waited for the markers to split and took 10 metres.
She's going looking for the ball all the time too, Politi, but you've got to have someone on the inside that can free you up, and all depends on your inside people who's getting you the football. I reckon Meeks has done a magnificent job defensively on these two. Here she is again.
Yeah, Politi was looking for the ball and then got the ball when she wasn't looking for it just after that.
Now Dib on kicking duty, straight down the middle. Shanice Parker, who went into that full-back role last week, has been asked to deputise in that area again with Kaslik off the ground. Bobby Law finished off strongly. Tasman Gray. The defence has been a feature today, but right up the middle goes Jocelyn Kelleher. Looks for support. If she went the other way, might have been a better option. As Parker was wrapped up comfortably, Tamara would have been in for a double if she went left.
They can still go left here, the Roosters. I wonder which way they will go. Got them for numbers here.
Tamara again. Held up the pass for Shanice Parker, chiming into the back line in that full-back role.
Giving 3 don't argues.
And now on the last, what do they come up with here? Tamara on kicking duty. Little grubber in behind, perfectly weighted. They get a repeat set again, and she has been a standout, the number 7.
She's got nice touch with the ball, hasn't she? Picking the right kick. Done so well in this game. Scored a great individual try, but the touches. Here's the break through the middle again. And a nice tackle. I think it was Brown that made the tackle. Or Smith, sorry. Simone Smith it was. There's a perfectly weighted kick.
Zahara is bringing out all her trick kicks, all her skills today. You come up on her, she'll score a try on you. You let it, give it too much time, she'll thread the ball through.
Nita Maynard back out there to finish off the job. Links up with Hanisi here. Strong running from Hanisi right throughout this game. Now Corbin McGregor takes the line on. Back to Southwell. Putting some footwork on. Hannah Southwell still looking for her first try in the NRLW. McGregor. Tamara. Here comes Shanice Parker again and puts her winger over. Brilliant play. Bobby Law playing on the wing, teed up by Shanice Parker, and the Roosters have run riot today.
Yep, the Warriors just looking a little bit too tired on their line. Comes off, you know, Zahara Tamara set the platform there with a repeat set, the well-weighted kick, and then the Roosters showing great execution, great passes, goes to the line, leaves her winger out there to go over, almost uncontested.
Well, that's the thing. If you have a look at the replay, look at the slickness of their passing. They find the mark every single pass, right on the money. A little bit of stop-start there. And the Roosters are in again. Played well here this afternoon. Their main goal now will be keep the Warriors to no score. 22 points to 0 with the kick to come.
Scored the first try in the New South Wales Cup final here a fortnight ago. Bobby Law who debuted in the NRLW in the final round last year and scored a try against the Dragons, so knows how to find her way over. One of the most impressive things from the Roosters has been their ability to adapt mid-game with injuries. Last week, Bo Vetti Welsh off early. Shanice Parker goes to fullback and they rearrange things. Here, Kazlick's been forced off again. The curse of the fullback so far this season. But Shanice Parker just goes there again and provides the try assist.
Very well-disciplined team, showing their versatility. Everything that happens there, they've got some way to plug that hole. And Corbin McGregor back at 5'8". I think she's having a great game, but here's Zahara Tamara. Can she take this one from the sideline?
Trying to remain perfect. Look at the strike. Zahara Tamara under the black dot, though, and no 2 points added on that occasion.
It looked good, just didn't quite have that distance. She does have a sweet touch.
Again, beautiful passing and execution. It's a testament to the coaching of Jamie Feeney, what he's done with this team. And don't forget, we've got wall-to-wall action on Fox League today. The second game in NRLW coming your way a little later on. The Broncos taking on the Dragons. That's must-watch TV. Then finals footy with Maddie Johns from 5:30 p.m. Sean Johnson, a special guest. And then on to Parramatta against the Bunnies at this same venue. A triple header of live rugby league action coming your way on Fox League today.
I wonder if they've got to be careful. Fletch and Hindy that time in the afternoon.
Kazlick, is she going to return, or they'll just put her in cotton wool for next week?
Yeah, I don't think you'd put her back out there, would you? 22 points to nil.
The date with the Broncos looms large.
There's Southwell showing no fatigue, still going strong.
Scooped up by Politi, quickly to Elliot Green, and look how quickly the Roosters scrambled to ensure Green couldn't see open pastures. Smith out of dummy half, hunting a consolation try or two down the stretch here, the Warriors.
And Nita Maynard still tackling like a little Trojan, like you picked earlier. She made the NRL Round 1 Team of the Week.
And now she strips it right on cue for you, Tasha.
Oh, yeah, she does that for me. Thanks, Nita.
Tasha Gale is not up on the commentator's curse. She's the commentator's charm, the way she provides those messages on cue. There's been some tough stuff up the middle today, hasn't there? Go forward there from Gracie Hamilton. Here's a look at the live ladder. The Roosters, who were in that grand final in season 1, are very well placed to be in a grand final in 2020. And the Warriors, who've been pieced together, it's a tribute to Brad Donald that they've been as competitive as they have been in the first 2 weeks, but a grand final appearance looks a long way off this time around.
Yeah, they had the most set of changes, the big new faces coming into the team. Brad's done really, really well. It was just a week to get them ready.
4-team competition, as you saw on that live ladder, a round-robin format. Everyone plays each other once. 2 best records meet in the grand final in a couple of weeks' time. Flicked up by Canyon Paul. Roosters thought it was forward, but it's play on. And strong running. Brilliant stuff from a front rower, Crystal Tamarua. And she earned that penalty.
Speedy, you were mentioning off air earlier that why don't the winner and the winner from round 1 play each other, and then the loser and the loser play off? Everybody's still in it.
You're guaranteed you don't know the grand finalists until touch finder was a long way off finding touch there, but especially when the draw wasn't set in stone. They named this round 2 draw after round 1, so the easy thing is to put the 2 winners together. That way one team has a 2-0 record, the other team has a 1-1 record. The 2 losers play against each other, you get a win out of them, and it's alive until the final round. Conceivably, we could find out who the grand finalists are today, Block.
Yeah, we might see you running the draw next year.
Not rocket science. Here you go, the Roosters, right-hand side. Shanice Parker back on the wing. Her versatility has been a feature. Yasmin Meeks from dummy half to McGregor. Now Maynard. And Cherrington ran into a roadblock. Canyon Paul got down low. Brilliant tackle. Zahara Tamara kicking for touch. not hunting any more points, just happy to see this game out. And Kaslik will return after her HIA.
She's keen to get back on there. She had a lot of touches early. She's easing her way into this, and I think that Kaslik can see that, you know, the Warriors are fatiguing, and it wouldn't surprise me if she gets put through and just puts the exclamation mark on this game.
She's had 13 runs this afternoon for 92 metres, so she might want to break the 100. That might be the plan.
3.5 minutes, well and truly can be done.
Ball back in the hands of the Warriors, though, for now. Simone Smith throws a dummy that no one's buying. Late offload, though, gives Brown a chance. Leaks tackle, outstanding. Yasmin Meeks. Ball out of dummy half, ran into Parker, who's back on the right wing now.
Politi steering traffic there, pointing where she wants it.
And the Roosters now keen to keep a clean sheet, but they'll be under pressure again. Clumsy penalty given up.
Simona Taufa doesn't like that call.
If looks could kill.
That time they don't bother trying to find touch after what happened last time.
Looks with spit, you'd be surfing.
Here we go.
And the Roosters keep a clean sheet here. Hamilton drives an opponent back again. Such strength on display from Gracie.
Gracie Hamilton, as we mentioned, came off the extended bench, I believe, because she had, as you mentioned, a semi-final rugby union match.
Karina Brown hasn't stopped trying. Angles Georgia Hale back in. There's space up the middle for the late inclusion today. Stephanie Ball in number 21, getting some late minutes here. It's her NRLW debut, the teenager from Wollongong. And now Dibb. Little grubber in behind, chases her own kick and claims a try. Who got their hands there first? Kira Dibb against the Roosters. Who'd have thought it?
She's looking quietly confident there, Kira Dibb, but from my angle there...
Just confirm the grounding, please.
Yep, the ref's gone to the bunker to confirm the grounding. I'm not sure if Kira Dibb actually did get first.
Warriors kick chases are onside.
Gone upstairs a try, though, so he thinks Dibb got there. Bouncing ball, and that's a try.
That's a great call. Well done to Kira Dibb. She's kept trying all day.
You've seen some good individual tries here. That was one of them too. We saw one earlier in the second half from Tamara. Kicks for herself this time, Dibb. And the forearm grounds the football. That's a try.
Yeah, it's knocked her way by the Rooster, and then she just grounds it, as you say.
Is that Kaslik at the back there? Long flowing hair, it's always hard.
Just looking to make sure whether the Rooster grounds the ball in the same sequence, though. So simultaneous.
Ball's come off the
ground.
Roosters' hands backwards.
And then grounded by the Warriors,
Yep.
or is it?
I think it's going to be a green try time.
It's Bobby Law who's in the contest here. And does she ground it with her left arm?
And Kira Dibb's left forearm grounds the ball. We have a decision.
Try time. So 3 games as a Rooster, no tries. Takes them on for the first time in Warriors colours, has her first NRLW try.
Orchestrates that one all herself. And she'll have the honours to try and put the extra 2 points on.
What is it? Scorer's kick.
Yeah, that's why we play. Backyard footy.
Chased hard, eh? That was good. They needed to score, get on the scoreboard for their confidence for next week. Dibb does it on her own.
One from 3 with the boot last week, and this is a tester from the hash mark. Sahara Tamara made it look easy earlier on, and so does Kira Dibb inside that right-hand upright. So the Roosters' defence couldn't hold on for the entire 60 minutes. The Warriors eventually on the scoreboard here through the former Rooster, on loan, if you like, from that club, Kira Dibb.
Well, as we've seen the last 2 seasons, it has come down to for and against. So the Warriors do need to have to keep trying to put the points there That'll be decided this afternoon whether it does come down to for and against. We need the Dragons to get over the top of the Broncos.
How do you see that one going?
I find the Broncos very hard to beat, and they're unchanged in their team. The Dragons have got quite a few injuries last week, but it's do or die footy. Anything can happen.
There is the potential to really flip it around a bit if they want to, the Dragons, and maybe get Sammy Brebner closer to the action. We'll wait and see whether they try some new things in that game a little later on, as the Warriors look to go back-to-back here. Politi on the outside. Avania Politi against Kaslik. See you later. Avania Politi for the Warriors. Well, it's coming too late for the New Zealand-based franchise, but boy, oh boy, what a try.
We saw her last week toying with that try line. She owns the sideline. Avania Politi, you can never take her over that sideline. And she comes here, and we're talking about the battle of the pace with Elliot Green and Corbin McGregor. I'm just thinking, does she break all records here with this long sprint for the line? She gives a palm off twice there, and too fast for her teammate in the Rugby Sevens, Kaslik, to actually catch her.
Yeah, I've been waiting to see her in broken field here. Chance their hand here, the Warriors. Once she got the football, wonderful fend. Coming across, she went a little bit too high that time, Kaslik. She gets fended off. And a great run to score. Look at the smile on the face.
What do you think, Block? Do you think she broke 30.6?
I reckon there she might have in the clear.
The surge around halfway to get rid of Kaslik. I reckon she might have gone through the 31k an hour barrier. The only chance to stop her was Hilda coming across in cover, but she got off, as you saw on that replay.
She did.
Instinct must have been saying, I've got to make a cover tackle here. And she got off the field in time to keep her assistant coaching role intact. So Dib, after the full-time siren, slots the extras again, and the for and against of the Roosters takes a late hit there, but they are 2-0 to start the 2020 season and on course for a grand final appearance again. Full-time here at Bank West, it's the Roosters 22, the Warriors 12.
Well, the Roosters have taken that one convincingly, 22 points to 12 over the Warriors.